Manchester United have quite the reputation when it comes to handing out lucrative contracts, but what are their previous highest-paid players up to these days? The Red Devils haven't won the Premier League since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, but they've certainly handed out some lucrative contracts in the meantime. Using figures provided by Capology, we found Man United's highest-paid player from every season since 2013 to 14 and have checked out where they all are today. Wayne Rooney. Earning a reported weekly wage of £180,000, Rooney was the club's joint highest-paid player in 2013 to 14. Given his scoring record and years of service to the club, it's understandable that he was once their top earner. After taking up some punditry roles over the summer, Wazza has since thrown himself back into management and is set to take charge of Plymouth Argyle next season. His managerial record pales in comparison to his record as a player, but the 38-year-old still has time to make a success of his coaching career yet. Robin van Persie. Along with Rooney, Van Persie was also earning £180,000 per week in 2013 to 14 and was the club's top earner. His Old Trafford stint was short but sweet as he scored 58 goals in 3 seasons for the club. The Dutch forward called it quits on his playing career in 2019 and like Rooney, he's also gone into coaching in his post-playing career. After 4 years of working at Feyenoord as assistant manager, he recently joined fellow Dutch club Heerenveen as their new head coach. Radamel Falcao. The Colombian forward didn't pull up many trees during his loan spell in Manchester, but he was being paid a king's ransom for his services. Still technically on the books at Monaco during the time, Falcao was earning £285,000 per week in 2014 to 15 and was subsequently the highest earner at Old Trafford that season. Believe it or not, but aged 38 he's still playing to this day. After spending the last 3 seasons in Spain with Rayo Vallecano, he recently returned to Colombia and signed for Millonarios. Bastian Schweinsteiger. We can't quite believe it, but Schweinsteiger was reportedly the highest-paid player at the club in both the 2015-16 and 2016-17 campaigns. Despite only making 18 league appearances during his 2 years at the club, the German midfielder was taking home a whopping weekly wage of £240,000. United fans never really got to see the best of Schweinsteiger, and the former Bayern Munich man has been critical of the way he was treated by the club. I was very sad because United was the second club of my heart, Schweinsteiger told The Overlap when discussing his second season at the club. On my birthday, when I walked into United's training ground, Carrington, football director, John Murtagh was there and said that I wasn't allowed to walk into the dressing room, the coach had said so. I had to ask him to bring me my cleats and training gear. I asked him who I was training with, and he said there was the under-16 team, so I went and trained with the under-16s. Since hanging up his boots, Schweinsteiger now works as an analyst for German television broadcaster ARD. Alexis Sanchez. The less said about his United stint, the better. Upon his arrival from Arsenal in 2017-18, Sanchez became the highest-paid player at the club, taking home £350,000 per week. It's fair to say that the transfer was a total disaster, and it wasn't long before the Chilean star was sent packing. Thankfully, he's managed to get himself back on track in recent years. Since leaving United, Sanchez has won 5 trophies, including 2 league titles with Inter Milan. As of writing, Sanchez is now a free agent after his contract with Inter recently came to an end. David de Gea. The Spanish goalkeeper became United's highest earner in 2019-20 when he signed a fresh deal with the club which was worth a staggering £375,000 per week. There can be no denying that De Gea once ranked as the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, but his drop-off in form did coincide around this time. Since leaving the club last summer, he's still yet to find himself a new club. Plenty of sides have registered an interest in the 33-year-old, but he's in no rush to commit to a new club. Cristiano Ronaldo. Upon his return to the club in 2021-22, Ronaldo was handed a highly lucrative contract, worth £515,000 per week, making him the highest-paid player in the club's entire history. While he scored plenty of goals in his first season back at Old Trafford, it didn't take long until he upset the apple cart and prematurely had his contract cancelled. He's now scoring goals for fun in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr and is on an even more lucrative contract. As per Capology, he's currently earning £3.2 million per week, which makes him the highest paid footballer on the planet. Casemiro. Upon Ronaldo's departure, Casemiro became the club's highest earner with a weekly salary of £350,000. He's been linked with an exit this summer but is still under contract with the club until 2026. For context, the 32-year-old is currently the third highest paid player in the Premier League, with only Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne currently earning more than him. Juventus are upping the ante in their pursuit of Jadon Sancho, according to a report. The Manchester United winger is one of the many names expected to be sold by the Red Devils this summer as Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Erik ten Hag and the club's recruitment staff plot their big squad overhaul. The €85 million signing fell out with Ten Hag last year and spent the second half of the season on loan at Borussia Dortmund, reviving his career back at his old stomping ground. The black and yellow wanted to keep him around but were unwilling and unable to meet Man United's demands for a permanent transfer. Exclusive, Man United board threatened to defy Ten Hag with Casemiro decision. However, Dortmund will have been heartened by reports earlier on Friday that the Red Devils have changed their stance and could potentially be open to a renewed loan. That said, it increasingly looks as though Sancho will not return to Germany. Juventus step up pursuit. That is because Juventus have stepped up their pursuit of the 24-year-old, according to Give Me Sport. The Bianconeri, of course, will undergo a change of system this summer under new coach Thiago Motta, and he is looking to add some traditional wingers to his squad. The report asserts that Juventus have upped the ante in their attempts to secure a loan for Sancho and are poised to enter formal discussions for the winger. Man United get exciting Kirkes boost amid Real Madrid revelation. It is even asserted that the old lady could seal a deal for Sancho as early as next week if they are successful in their bid of offloading Federico Chiesa, who will not be part of the Motta project in Turin. Man United are determined to get rid of Sancho before their pre-season really ramps up with a friendly against Rosenborg on July 15th. United would seek to include an obligation to buy in any loan for Sancho. Former Manchester United defender Mikael Silvestre thinks the club would be making a mistake if they were to sell Marcus Rashford. The 26-year-old had his best goal-scoring return in his first season under Erik ten Hag, scoring 30 goals, but he then fell away starkly in the second season with a number of disciplinary problems. The wide forward and the Dutch manager have reportedly seen their relationship break down, and there is speculation that United will listen to offers for the player, who missed out on Euro 2024 this summer. Silvestre, who won the Premier League and Champions League with United before moving on to Arsenal, thinks that the club would struggle to afford an adequate replacement. He told betting expert, letting Rashford go would not be the right decision because you need to go in the market and find someone better than Marcus, if that's the case. If you find that player, he will be very expensive. Marcus is a senior, experienced Mancunian from the academy. I think he wants to stay. The manager likes him. I just hope Marcus bounces back this season.